How's it going, YouTube? Welcome to the Cosmic Ray channel. I am your host, Cosmic Ray. Today I'd like to talk about story time with Cosmic Ray. And before I do that, I just want to use a couple things. One, it's summertime and people are at the pool, so you may hear some random kids going off. So I apologize, for that. Before I do my video, usually when I do a story time with Cosmic Ray, I like to have the lights off, and like I've always said, you guys don't necessarily need to see my face. It's the message that comes across that's more important. However, with this particular instance, I feel like for some reason I had to have the lights on, and for you guys to need to see what's going on, because I feel like this type of thing is really important to kind of go through and to talk, and not like obviously any of the other things I talk about is not important. It's just one of those I feel like for whatever reason you guys had to like see like me like talk to you like this with with the lights on. So I felt that I was guided to do so. And also too, I wanted to say, I wanted to do like a pre-video type of shout out to Tasha A regarding to she commented on a video called "Can You See Them?" and it was more for the vibrational entities, what I like to call the outline people. I believe it was one of my first videos I did. If you haven't had a chance to see that, I recommend please go and take the time to take a look at that as well. She commented something about the outline people, where just in a nutshell, where she had said years, plural, regarding trying to find someone that'd be able to understand what she's going through. And I just want to say thank you so much for commenting. That was very beautiful for what you're saying, and thank you for sharing your experience. If you haven't had a chance to take a look at her comment, please go ahead and do so. May help see something you may be going through as well. And just want to do a little quick note to you, Tasha. Thank you again. And it sucks to live in this world where you feel hesitant. You have to find, and seems like you have to jump different places to try to find someone that might even know what you're even talking about, because it sucks, because sometimes you feel like going crazy kind of thing, and not saying you are or anything like that, but it was just one of those things where like I know, I feel you, and it does suck sometimes, especially when you're seeing stuff that's legit, and things they're happening, and it's really hard to describe to someone who you may not even know, or even resonates when you do say something, when you feel open to. So definitely, I felt like that was very synchronistic that you found my channel, and at least with that video, and I'm glad that it was something that resonated with you, as this is something that, as that happened to me. So I just want to say thank you. And with that being said, with tonight's video, or my story time, it has to do a little bit about synchronicity. And so I kind of wanted to talk about that too. And there's a lot of things I could talk about with synchronicity, and specifically, I'm not going to get into like what each number stands for or anything like that. If you don't already know what synchronicity is, think of it as like a coincidence on a totally different plane, or totally different level of life. You can find synchronistic things that happen to you. It's like a very much more meaning of a coincidence. I know it sounds cool. It's like, oh, looking like using a cool word like synchronicity versus coincidence. Trust me, it's definitely a little bit more. And you can find synchronicities with numbers. Of course, people talk about, oh, 1111, make a wish, or even 9/11, which not has to do with the towers, but even with like say Archangel Michael, or something with security, or something that's with protectiveness, or even you may find synchronicity like time stuff with your birthday. I always see my birthday all the time, and I like all the time, even with with my wife's, or even my kids, that comes up. And when things like say like the clock, example, say I find stuff that's very palindromic, yeah, like a palindrome, like auto, OTTO, spell it backwards, still OTTO. I get a lot of like, say like, well, let's say like 1221. I'll get that a lot. You flip it backwards, still the same. So 1221. I get those a lot. I get even some small ones, like once in a while I get like 515, 414, or 323 or something. I'll get those. But when these things happen, you have to keep in mind when it's synchronistic with like numbers. So say if it is a time thing, and it doesn't have to be time. I'm just using this as an example because a lot of people have clocks or watches, right? So, with that being said, if you see something where it's like, say it's a example 901 for me, like my birthday. If I were to say something like where it's like 8:55, I don't look at the clock and it's 8:55. Oh, cool. I'll check back in a couple of minutes. It'll be 9:01. Oh, that's my birthday. Like, that's not how it works. And it'll be like right on the dot, just for whatever reason, something you're thinking about, and then look at the clock or look at something that has a number, and you're like, oh, why am I keep seeing this? Why do I keep seeing, like, 333s, 444s, 555s, even 111, kind of thing. And if you definitely look up spirituality, with numbers, or what does this mean in spirituality, you will find synchronistic meaning. So, and my apologies, this is not one of those videos. Unfortunately, we already went through it. I want to talk about synchronicity with other things, with like signs, if you will. And I guess it's more about reading the signs. Um, Let me just give you an example. I believe in that like everyone has signs and even spirit guides, ancestral guides, if you will, spirit animals, and different meaning in spiritualism. You can always look up whatever it is. If you start seeing stuff in your dreams, start seeing things in real life, you can look that up and do a quick Google search, and you'll find definitely the meanings of certain things, for you. Um, Whatever it means, I found certain things that I find when it's something specific. When I feel it's like, this is very weird, but if it's like a divine thing, besides getting a feeling inside, I see, I see skulls. Kind of crazy, right? I'm not one, no offense to people who have like skull tattoos or anything. This is like one of those, like when I was a kid, I just had bad picture. Okay, I just had bad upbringing where I happened to see everyone that had something to do with skull faces or whatever it had to do with just like just someone that was like really bad or dangerous kind of thing, like ooh. So that had a bad picture painted to me, right? So to be able to say out loud to people that when I see skulls, it's a sign for me, that's a big deal, because after my spiritual awakening and all that stuff that happened to me, when I start seeing that, like more divine things is for a divine purpose, and it's kind of scary for me to even say that. And it's not like where you see like a Texas Longhorn, or like a cattle looking skull, but it's an actual like a human-ish skull, and it's not like a skeleton. It's just the skull itself. It is like a sign. Well, here's my story. As a story for Cosmic Ray. Cosmic is that one day, um, I felt that I had to go to downtown in my city. And for whatever reason, I just felt something told me to go there. Now, I didn't see a skull or anything like that, but it just something in my heart told me I had to go to downtown, in my city. So I took a trip by myself. Told my wife what was going on. She was cool. So I went in the morning. I didn't know what to expect. Okay, I had no idea what to expect. So I go find this parking area that was kind of centralized, and I figured just go for a walk and just see what happens, right? So I parked my car, and right across the street there's this huge church. And if you knew anything about any of my previous stuff, I wasn't really like a church person. I didn't believe in like God, let's just say that. I didn't believe in God. I wasn't really like allowed to go into a church. At that time, I've only been to a church, I think, twice in my life. Like one for my brother's wedding, and I can't remember the other time. That's exactly like I wouldn't even know. So, and when I was in that church, I'd always chant during that whole time. Like I almost didn't enjoy the wedding, so I was like focusing on chanting because that's all I was told. Anyways, so as I'm doing my story, and this is not like a creepy story or anything, it's just a story. So across the street was a church, and there was two homeless people sitting on the steps. And I'm not trying to be an ass, okay? But before my spiritual awakening, I felt that seeing homeless people, of course, it's a sad thing to see. Not just what maybe things that happened to them. Unfortunately, maybe they've went to war for us, and they came back, and something we couldn't do for them, and maybe something that they saw just really did something to them, which I can't explain because I was never into that situation. So then it was such detrimental. Maybe something happened, or maybe it's that horrible story that maybe everyone thinks of, like, oh well, they did it to themselves, they did so much drugs, or they did this and this, whatever you want to paint that's bad. Okay, maybe that was the other effect too, or it could be something completely different, whatever it is, right? Now, I've had like moments where once in a while I give money to homeless people. Whether or not what they do to that money is up to them, not me. I used to feel that way. I used to feel like, well, you use this money for this, you use money for that. But of course, they're gonna do whatever they want, right? And you just give the money, and that's, just say your piece, right? Well, I used to feel that way. I used to feel like, oh well, hope you get food with this or whatever. Hope you don't buy drugs. Otherwise, whatever could happen, right? And I was, I would get like change, rarely I'd get like $1, something like that. I wasn't trying to be an ass, but sometimes that's all I really had. And I'm still not made of money. And if I had millions upon millions of dollars, I probably would do something a lot different. Um, it's for another story, actually. So, anyways, so going across the street, or I was about to, let's just say that, and I was like, I don't want to give money. I don't want to give money. I don't want to give in that many money. I feel like I'm going to be harassed, right? Very horrible, right? To have that feeling, right? Not as in for me, oh, poor me. I meant like to have that feeling upon someone else who's just homeless and they're, been probably there. It was like early in the morning, so they've probably been there the whole time. Whether or not they're waiting for other people to go to church, or maybe for the church to open up to be warm, or maybe they feel like people feel sorry for them, maybe someone like me, and to give them money. I don't know. Whatever their plan is whatever their plan. All I know is it looked like there was two people there that were freaking cold as hell, and for whatever reason I was feeling that good vibes. I was wearing shorts, like tank top, some sandals, and they were like cold, and I was just feeling good. I just had this energy rush, so I was like warm inside, right? Now, wherever I had to go, I had to cross the street legally. So to do that legally, I had to go this crosswalk and I had to go in front of this church where they happened to be. I always had to walk like really far away. So I was like, I don't know whether or not to go. I had all these like weird hiccups, like little walls I was placing in front of me. I don't know why, but that was what was going on. And I never been to this part of downtown, so it wasn't like I knew I was going to expect or anything like that. I just parked somewhere that was just centralized from my whatever I remembered, because I had to get to a certain destination too as well. I knew I wanted to end up at least somewhere, and there's this new. I don't even know if it was a clothing store or if it was a tattoo shop. To be honest, I don't know. I didn't go in there, but right before I saw this, I was gonna cross the street. Had that thought in my mind, like, oh, homeless people, I don't know what to do. Um, I felt that moment I had to seek something inside me. Why? No effing clue. Okay, no clue at all. I did know that I was kind of asking the divine, universe, God, creation, source, energy, collective conscious, whatever you want to call it. Call it Frank if you want, whatever, right? Masculine energy. Not saying that's got a penis, but whatever. This divine source, just thinking like, okay, like, what do you want me to do? I will do what you want me to do. Just give me some, fucking sign. Yeah, and I said fucking, right? It's like, give me some fucking sign. Looking around, thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna find my sign, man. I'm gonna find the sign. It was literally within like milliseconds, because I'm like looking this way, and I'm like looking up. I'm like, what the fuck? Whatever the name of the shop had a picture of a skull on it. So I don't know if it was like a shirt store. Not saying stereotyping. My apologies if it made it seem that way. Like, oh, only tattoo places have a skull. It's just when I walked by and after the fact, I was like, oh, okay, I think it was like a tattoo shop. Anyways, so but I looked up and I saw a skull like as part of the huge sign that they had, and I was like, son of a bitch. Okay, I'm gonna do this. And as soon as I crossed the street, right, something happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know who took over my body. I'll just say that, because I didn't feel like myself. I felt there was nothing but like this light like was inside me. I was even way warmer than I was. And then I did something that I never did to someone. I bawled like a little blank. I started almost crying when I approached them, because I felt like I had to go up to them, opened up my wallet, and I took out a 20. Now, like I said before, probably give someone maybe $1, change my pocket. In my head, I was like, okay, just give him $1, but I pulled out the 20 instead. Not saying I'm a cheapskate, but I'm sorry. Like, I didn't have a lot of money, but I did have a 20. It's either a 20 or $1. For whatever reason, I pulled out the 20. Okay. I started almost crying, and I don't know what the hell happened to me, but I was like shaking when I give him the 20, and I swear it wasn't high too. Anyways, if you know anything about me, like, oh. So I had the 20, and then I went up to him and I said, I don't know why I'm doing this. I was like crying. I'm like, I don't know what society tells you. I don't even know how the life that you guys live. I don't even know why I'm doing this for you, but I just want to let you know something wanted for me to give you this. And this guy goes, and he was total straight face. Like, he wasn't even like cracked out. He like legitimately, like, I don't want to say anything negative about anyone that's homeless, but like, this was like the first time someone genuinely thanked me, genuinely thanked me. Like my wife and I give like what we call Buddha bags or homeless bags or whatever you want to call it, to people that have like a bunch of like supplies and other things, toiletries, stuff for like women, and just other things, right? Even some snacks, whatever, and like some like coupons for like food. And we've done that to people, and we know that we're not expecting a thank you back. We don't do it for the thank you. We just do it because we just wanted to, right? We didn't do it for the thank you. This person genuinely was like, oh my God, like, praise, I don't know if you said like praise Jesus or something. I honestly, like, for me, like that time, like I wasn't really fully into it, where I was like, oh, no problem. Like I didn't really understand all that. So I gave it to him, like, someone wants me to give this to you. Don't know why, but you need to take this from me. Please take this from me. I do not need this. Take this from me. And he's like, he's like, are you sure? Like, I don't know, as if maybe no one's done that to him. I don't know. I don't know, but all I can tell you, he was like, thank you. Like, he was really like almost concerned. Like, dude, are you okay? Kind of thing. Then I started crying. Like, I don't know what was going on, right? Like, him and the girl I was with, they're like, no way, like this can't be. I'm like, just take this from me. Just please, just take this from me. I started bawling, just hardcore. Like, I don't even know. I don't know what happened, right? Something just took over me, and I started like walking around. I just wanted to run. Like, I was done. And there's like this tree. I can't believe I'm gonna say this. Okay, there was this tree. I was like going past in the church. It was like, I don't know, like 30 steps. I don't know how far, whatever. But there's this tree, and I had put my hand on it as if like, I don't know, as if I was taking a piss, and it was like a long time. Like, I was like holding on the tree, like I can't, like like, oh, I gotta, like, I was holding on to this tree, and I'm like, oh my God, like, what did I just do? Like, what did this happen? And I was like walking, and I was walking for days. Get to like this like store that I realized that had like a crystal shop and some other other things like sage and whatever stuff, right? This place wasn't even open yet. I was like, oh, like, wasn't even open. I was like still happy though. I started walking around, and there's like this other parade. There's like a gay pride parade, and they were doing something for Dia de los Muertos, and I was like, yeah, like, for so obviously love everybody, but it was just something just happened to me, and I was like, yeah, I was like just screaming for them. Like, I don't even know, they're like all had painted faces. It looked cool, and I didn't join in. I don't know why. I should have. And then, but I was like, yeah, like just screaming, like, yeah, fucking like right on. I was like kind of just happy, like just for them, for me, just I don't know. Something was just taking over. I was just freaking excited, and I was just walking everywhere, like happy go lucky. Like, I don't know if people thought I was like looking like Jesus because my hair was down. Like, I don't know. Um, but I was just like happy. I was just like just waving to people. I don't. And then some guy, like, I was walking, and there was this like a not a festival, like a market, like a my brain's off right now. Sorry. Like a food market, well, I don't even know why I can't even, anyways, but it was like a food market having like an organic foods, vegetables, all that stuff. And then they had like other things to sell. And I didn't know what was going on. I was just trying to go to this place. So, and then walking through, and like there's other people doing like polls or something. Someone's like asking about voting, like, oh, you're going to vote for this, vote for that. I looked at this person. I didn't know, like, I looked at him like, dude, I don't even care. He's like, what? Like, wait, you don't care about this politics, blah, what's going on? It's important, man, to vote. Your vote matters. And I know it does. I'm not saying don't vote. At that time, I was like not even there. Like, dude, I was like, like, I was gone, man. Like, I was, whatever people want to call it, the Holy Spirit or whatever. I was high on like just life. I don't know what was going on. I was like, dude, I don't even care. Like, I don't have no thought about this at all. Like, dude, I'm just happy you're doing this. Like, yeah, he looked at me, he's like, oh, you're on something. Like, okay, I'm just gonna go to someone else. And I was like, no, but hey, you take care. Bless you, bless you, bless you. And the guy was like, dude, this guy is walking on something. Ooh. I carried on my day. I was like walking forever, just saying hi to a bunch of people. Weird. I don't know. For me, I was trying to follow the sign, right? And other things started happening to me that was synchronistic, that I found other stuff of like what street number to take when I hit certain like corners. I got lost, and not like, well, I really didn't get lost. I was finding myself, if you will. But I took like different streets, different stuff that had to associate with like certain numbers. I didn't do it on purpose. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get to this because it's synchronistic. It was one of those like, oh man, should I? And then like I looked up, I'm like, yeah, I should. I see like double. For me, I have like double digits. Even though I know those, like, say, like, example, like 333, is like the master number of our ascended masters, but for me, I see a lot of, like, even like 433 or like 455, or something of like double numbers or double digits. And I know, and if you look that up, I know that's like a meaning, but it's like it's almost on that cusp of the 3-digit thing. But I always get those double digits like all the time. And synchronistic. So when I ended up getting back to where I was, and it was funny. So also a little side story too. Like one time I was in also in downtown, and I was talking to my friend. I'll say what's up, Mr. Kamani Vong. I was with him downtown, and I was explaining to him about synchronicities. It was crazy, and it's not like he didn't understand this or anything like that, but fucking weird thing was like I followed him to his car, and after we had lunch and stuff, and I was like telling about synchronicities and whatnot. He's like, oh, okay, he was cool, he's very receptive, like an awesome dude, by the way. And but while I was following him to his car, it was on 2 2nd Street and 22 and I didn't know where he fucking parked. He knows that we didn't have any pre-conversations of synchronicities or anything of that sort, and I didn't know where you parked. I didn't even know, I'll be honest, I thought I was parking on like a letter street. So like I didn't even know that we were hitting a number and all that stuff. Anyways, so and it was funny. And when I told him, like, dude, bro, like 22222, and he's like, oh, what the shit is going on? And it's cool, we had like our little moment. But so I just want to say sometimes it's okay to follow the signs, and sometimes the signs can also be something else. It's like a clue from like your guides, your angels, spirit guides, ancestral guides, spirit animals, whatever it may be, or God, universe, whatever is telling you something, or someone, even someone's past. You'll feel it when that happens, because even like I was told something from a psychic, and I remember I was trying to tell you guys, trying to tell people about, some of your stories, but this is okay. A psychic told me something about a story, or I'm sorry, about something that was going to happen to me. And no joke, my friend, same person I just mentioned, has sent me a text message regarding a job offer about something, and it had to do with literally what the psychic had said. And I followed that. I was like, I'm on it, because it was to a T, specifically something for the city that she had said. And this guy had sent me something that was specifically for the city. That was something that I was going to be doing. Now, keep in mind that you guys are probably thinking, oh, well, let me guess, you applied and you got the job, blah, blah, happy story. This is what I want to explain to you sometimes. So even though it was something that she had said, right, it was kind of like, it was like a test to see where would I go, how would I follow these patterns, follow this. When sometimes psychics get a reading, it's supposed to be something like what they maybe should be telling you, versus like the end all be all result. So that's why I want to give you that other side of that story of synchronicity and of following the signs, because I literally followed the sign, and it was like every 2 weeks I had an interview, then 2 weeks, 2 weeks, and 2 weeks, right? And then to a point that I don't know, they technically said they're going to tell me about, the job offer and all this stuff, and I didn't hear anything. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I got all mad, like, F them, I didn't hear anything back, and blah, 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 screw this, flip the table, right? So no, I didn't, it was more like, there's something else, I think there's like a test for me to see if I was going to follow these signs, to follow the pattern, see if I would believe in synchronicity, follow the universe, trust the universe, see if I would even try to do that, right? And then other things happen, and I realized where I am in life, that like I was applying to other things that other people didn't apply to, because any job, if you will, say if you don't have a job, any job is better than you not having a job. There's no job that's beneath you if you don't have a job. Let's just say that, right? And and sometimes you have to rethink of like your job skill. Maybe you thought you had to work at this company, so you should be working at jobs up here. I'm not saying you don't believe in yourself, that you're not worth it. Of course you are, but I'm just giving an example. Like say you think you're supposed to be up here, right? Because that's where society tells you and where you work. So you're like, I'm not gonna work somewhere over down here. But then when you kind of like find a reset, maybe this life is trying to tell you it's okay to work right here. Okay. And well, first of all, don't even think like that. Don't even have like, oh, this is down here, this is up here, and I should be. But just for those that you know who I'm talking to. So if you feel like you have to like dial it down a little bit. Who knows? What if right here is like a couple months for you to be like way up there? You have no idea. You have no idea. So right now, I am following my signs. I am believing in the universe, following my synchronicities of life. of the constant reminders of my double numbers and the synchronistic numbers to let me know that my guides are still there, that they're believing in me, as if I'm going to believe in the universe of what's going on, because I know that I feel, but I know that there's something that I am to be doing, and whatever that is, that's part of that journey. That is part of when I always say cosmic surfer, keep riding, cosmic surfers keep riding those cosmic waves, even karmic waves, if you will, because that ultimate thing that golden apple, whatever you're looking for, will be there, and maybe I'm too positive right now for some, but I'll just say, just try to believe in some of the synchronicities that life is telling you. Follow those signs, and of course don't follow the sign that says, hey, this is your downfall, go down here. um, but anyways, you guys know what I'm talking about. So I just wanted to share this story with you. Thank you so much, Cosmic Surfers, my cosmic family. I do appreciate you just even listening to the story. And, as always, just like all my other, story time with Cosmic Ray, as well as anything else, these are all true things that are happening within my life. I want to share with you guys my personal experience and my journey, or my hero's journey of life. I hope this does resonate with you, and hope you guys shine yourselves and stay afloat. And, I normally don't really feel like doing this, but if you resonate with anything that I am saying, or if you even like anything I'm telling you or sharing with you guys, please let me know in the comments section. I do appreciate that. Maybe I can give you guys a shout out, as well as I did with Tammy, or with Tasha A. Sorry, thinking about someone right now from my job. But I appreciate you guys as well. So feel free to like if you like, and feel free to hit that notification bell so you don't miss on any of the content that I provide to you, that can share it with you along your path, as well as with my own. So thank you so much for your time. I hope you all have a great weekend, and namaste. As I am with you, as you are with me in this collective consciousness of life. I value you. Love you. Take care.